I promised you that we will be advancing our skills in SOQL, and I really meant it. So far in this module, we have only been writing our SOQL queries to fetch the data from one single object. But SOQL can support multiple objects as well. And these objects, they must share some kind of relationship so that you can use them in one single query. And that's why the name is relationship query. You cannot pick any random objects and start querying records from those objects in one single query. These objects that you are picking must share a relationship. For example, let's say you have an object called school and there's another object called student. And this school object is the parent object of the student object, which makes total sense because one single school can have multiple students. So that's why our school object is a parent object where the student object is a child object. So if you want to query the data from both of these objects in one single SOQL, then this is supported. Very similar to this, let's say you have an object called company, or you can also call it account. And then there is another object called contact. And from one company, you can have multiple contacts. Maybe like you can have the contact of CEO, CFO, or maybe a manager from that company. So these two objects also shares a relationship where company is the parent object and contact is the child object. So if you want to query the records from both of these objects in one single SOQL query, then this is also supported because they both share a relationship. Now let's say you want to query the records from school and company object, and these two objects are not related to each other anyhow, then you cannot do it. Now this relationship that we are talking about can be of two types from SOQL's perspective. Let's take a look at our school and student object. Here school is our parent object and student is the child object. And if you are writing a query on the parent object and reaching out to the child object, and then this relationship is called parent to child relationship. Another case can be when you have a query on the student object and you also want to fetch some details from the school object. In that case, you need to write your query on the student object and you will be reaching out to your parent object. So this will be called child to parent relationship. So this video was just to give an overview about the relationship queries in SOQL. From the next video, we are going to do a deep dive in both type of relationship queries. First, we are going to learn about parent to child relationship queries, and then we will learn about the child to parent relationship queries.